What's up guys, welcome to Bullish Bets. On this channel, we cover all things related to stocks and investing. In our previous video, we have been doing a deep dive on Blackberry. Today, we're going to continue and dig deeper and talk about Blackberry QNX. Keep in mind that we are not financial advisors and this video is for entertainment purposes only. Make sure you do your own research before making any investment decisions. So, like I said, this video is meant to be a continuation of the deep dive of our last video on Blackberry. That video mainly discussed John Chen and his mindset as a turnaround professional. And one of the big takeaways from that last video is John Chen is a visionary. He believes a company should be dominant in emerging sectors, even though the current market size, is not necessarily big yet. It's similar to Cathie Wood's new economy investment belief, where companies positioned in developing sectors will experience exponential growth. In this video, we'll be discussing the products that are being offered that have huge growth potentials in the new economy. We're going to focus on Blackberry's QNX in this video, and we'll make a separate video about Blackberry Spark Suites, which is a bundle that Blackberry offers in a following video. They offer other products, but there are just too many that we can't talk about in one single video because Blackberry QNX has so much going for it already. As we discussed in our last video, John Chen believes a company should dominate and it's a new and exciting market. Everything about QNX and its conception fits with that belief system. Blackberry saw automobiles were becoming, more software driven versus hardware, and cars already required a secure and safe platforms software for features in cars like infotainment, safety critical systems, and Blackberry is also offering a secure cybersecurity solution so automobiles won't be compromised from electronic attacks. It's already powering 150 million plus cars, and working with 40 plus automakers, and these are functions that are just required today. What's exciting about the QNX is that the world is trending towards more electric cars, more autonomous driving. These vehicles are going to be collecting more data, and it's going to require a reliable and safe platform to build off of. QNX is already the leader in the space as it is certified by the government. Blackberry is already working with, like I mentioned, 45 plus automakers, and they hold around 60 to 7% market share. QNX is the first commercial microkernel RTOS, a real-time operating system. It was developed to focus processing power on two most important things, like speed and accuracy. This is very important in the automobile space because speed and accuracy, they're pertinent to the safety of autonomous driving, which will be heavily regulated. This will more than likely limit the competition that Blackberry has. The good thing is they have their foot in this space and they're not getting out. They did this by partnering with Motional's driverless platform. They mentioned by safely encapsulating the data being exchanged and validating it with essential safety checks, it protects data communication from systematic software faults, random hardware faults, transient faults, while helping in the automatic prevention of damages from these failures, all with minimal impact on system performance. This shows that Blackberry is creating synergies in terms of the fact that they're offering a OS platform where automakers can use, and on top of that, it's a safe, secure network which Blackberry has a strength in. They're a security company, and they're creating these synergies that will essentially allow them to get into this heavily regulated market. And as we go on, this is not slowing down. car generated data is going to become more prevalent and more important as vehicles transition from hardware to software. What gives Blackberry QNX a lot of potential is the fact that they are the center of data collection and data protection for automakers. With new inventions like autonomous taxis and so forth, whatever you could think of, data is going to be imperative. They essentially position themselves as the middlemen for car generated data by developing the QNX, and perfecting it since 2014. According to McKinsey, a report that they made, car generated data, may become a $450 to $750 billion market by 2030. With BlackBerry holding around 60% plus of the market share, they're going to be the centers of the new market. With this projected market size, the potential revenues of BlackBerry are limitless. They're barely collecting much from QNX right now. Some are saying $4, some are saying $20, but the amount of revenue that could come from this QNX, if they really corner this market, will be exponential. Data protection and data collection is very important, as we can see with Facebook, Google. It's going to be heavily regulated, and with the safety protocols that QNX has, there's no stopping them from dominating the market and collecting future revenues that will put BlackBerry in a very high growth trajectory. There's so many uses for the data. There will need to be data for communications between automobiles and live city infrastructures like public roads, businesses, and so forth. This will help optimize the safety and security of autonomous driving. It can also lead to potential revenue for businesses using data for marketing, and that's a different revenue stream. That being said, BlackBerry is the forefront of unifying and protecting this data. They're going to have a piece of the pie. There's going to be predictive maintenance. There's going to be targeted advertisements and promotions, gamified social like driving experiences, fleet management. It's a service that's going to be needed. And BlackBerry will be controlling the platform. It's kind of like Apple controlling the Apple App Store with Roblox coming out. They take some part of the money from Roblox, and this is what BlackBerry can potentially do. On top of that, it's looking to perfect the system. It's not being complacent and saying, QNX is good enough. We're just going to corner the market. There's going to be a lot of regulations and so forth. What they're doing is they announced a partnership with AWS. They're going to share all this data with the cloud, and this will make data management for automakers easier, which further shows that BlackBerry is looking to perfect the market, control it, and dominate it. No one likes working with the second best product, and BlackBerry is going to be the forefront of the internet age. And there are always going to be arguments saying that automakers will more than likely create their own system for QNX and so forth. But you have to understand that it's such a regulated industry. Automakers are having a hard time getting these platforms certified, for safety purposes, as there can potentially cyber attacks. The speed and accuracy aren't at its optimal level, which can potentially cost death and cost of lives. If there's a platform that's good enough and controlling the market, it's BlackBerry, and it's, like I mentioned, constantly improving, and they're cornering the market, and it seems like it's hard for many people to get in. On top of that, they're currently working with top automakers right now, including Audi, BMW, Ford, GM, Honda, Hyundai, Jaguar, Land Rover, Kia, Maserati, Mercedes, Porsche, Toyota, Volkswagen, like NIO, Baidu, and constantly they're creating new partnerships with QNX, and it's just a very bright future. Even Tesla alone is trying to create their own operating system, but they're struggling. They're struggling with the fact that they don't have expertise in cybersecurity, and these are one of the main safety protocols that they have to deal with when it comes to government regulations. And with BlackBerry already having that expertise, automakers aren't going to want to do so much research and waste a lot of R&D dollars to create something that right now at this moment isn't really that costly. And it's certified and it's working well, and it's continuing to improve. So we can go on and on about how BlackBerry has carved up a large market share of this emerging market. It's going to soon be a massive market, with QNX, Blackberry QNX being the center of it all. Like I said, like I made the comparison of Apple's App Store. There are going to be a lot of people paying royalties. BlackBerry is going to get a chunk of the revenue of $450 to $750 billion. But that being said, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think BlackBerry's QNX alone makes it extremely undervalued, or do you think that QNX is not going to make a difference for BlackBerry? And our belief is, in our honest opinion, this is why the potential of BlackBerry hitting $30, which is no more than $15 billion market share, is completely reasonable. That's a huge undervaluation already anyways. And if once people start to see the potential of this new economy of autonomous driving cars, data collection of vehicles, you're going to be late on the boat. So if you liked our content, please subscribe and smash that like button. We would really appreciate it, as it helps with this crazy YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much for watching again, and don't forget to watch our previous videos about BlackBerry as we discussed John Chen, and there's another video we made about just the general undervaluation of BlackBerry. Stay tuned for the next one as we make a deeper dive into BlackBerry's Spark Suites.